What's going on?
What's going on, everybody?
How y'all doing?
Why is my pretty face being blocked?
Happy Friday.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
For everybody.
Happy Friday for all the fellas out there. You know, it's a special day for us. Some of y'all probably don't know. And if that's the case, your lady probably doesn't love you as much as you think she does. Because there's two types of women in this world. There's one who doesn't acknowledge today as a holiday, and there's one that comes home with a 20-ounce porterhouse and some brand new red lipstick. If you know, you know.
I don't know.
So March 14th is Valentine's Day for men. I don't know who invented it, but it's legit. You can Google it. It's called Steak and the BJ Day.
You're lying. I've never heard of that.
I promise you. I promise you.
35 years, I have never heard of that.
If you haven't heard of it, you've been neglected.
I would have took full
Fellas, get spoiled tonight.
I would have
get spoiled tonight.
Advantage of that if I would have known. What?
So how's everybody doing? It's been a couple of weeks. There was a huge product launch. I don't know if you guys know on our show slot a couple of weeks ago. Madness Network is taking off. Finally hit 500,000 views. So appreciate everybody out there who's listening, everybody that comments and tunes in. We got a lot of cool shit to talk about today, man. Free agency has been insane. And a lot of times there's a lot of buildup for free agency and it's very lackluster. But there's a lot of moves being made, man, a lot of crazy moves. And from what I'm hearing, crazier moves are coming. Like the 49ers have already lost half their team and apparently are now shopping Christian McCaffrey too. So I don't know if the plan is to tank or what they got going on, but for all you Niners fans out there, suck it. Yeah, the rumor is Christian McCaffrey is probably going to be going to the Raiders.
What about the Eagles? You say that they dropped everybody.
Man, and the Eagles, success, man. Success can be brutal. The Eagles have lost 8 of their 11 starters to free agency. So if you're,
but they could have paid them in order to keep them, right?
You can't really do it because they have a lot of high contracts and they just paid Jalen Hurts a boatload of money. Deservedly. I mean, shit, he's brought him to the promised land.
But the people who left, were they contributing to the win?
Absolutely. So Jalen Hurts got the MVP, but anybody who watched the Super Bowl knows Philly's whole defense, they should have got the MVP.
Crazy.
They sacked Pat Mahomes like 6 or 7 times, had him on the run the whole game. Like, it was a struggle. But to lose 8 out of 11 starters, that is brutal. So if you're a Philly fan, hey, enjoy the win you got this year because it might be a hot minute.
For a whole, man, take years.
I'm excited the Cardinals are finally beefing up the defense. We took the number one, well, maybe not the number one, but the number 2 defensive player, and we stole him from Philly. So definitely looking forward to that. Looking forward to the Bird Gang getting lit this year and finally having a good season. Last year, we were right on that cusp. So
it seems like you guys on that cusp every year.
Man, hey, if you're an Arizona fan, we're always on the cusp. We're always on the cusp. For all my fans out there in cities where you don't win, holler at me. It's tough being an Arizona fan, but hey, you see how win, lose, or die, baby.
I'm not gonna lie. If I've known you over these 15 years, I think you have always been a representative of every team in Arizona.
Right. Because I don't know about you guys. Like, I'm from the Bay Area. I grew up a Raiders fan. My family is very divided between the Raiders and the Niners. But when you move so far away and you can only see your team maybe once a year, it gets kind of tough to be a fan of that team. Like, you don't really associate with them. And part of the experience for me is like bringing my kids to a game. Like I didn't have a father figure that was there to do that kind of stuff. So those are the memories that I wanted as a kid. I gave them to my kids. And so I've watched my kids yell, Dockett to Darnell Dockett when he came up and shook my son's hand. I watched my daughter go crazy when Diana Taurasi came up and winked at her. Shout out to the GOAT. Diana Taurasi just retired.
See, I'm from Chicago. We were in Chicago and in Minnesota before we came out here. I will always be a Bulls, Bears, White Sox, Blackhawks fan.
And you, like me, will always be sad every season.
But I feel like I'm that because it's culture in those teams.
I feel like there used to be culture in those teams.
No. That's it because we actually won something.
Right, but when was the last time Chicago won anything?
But when was the last time? But we won something. That's
true.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to the Mercury, Diana Taurasi. She won 3 chips for us. She won 4 in college.
I mean, but no one's really no disrespect to the WNBA, but that started getting hot a few years ago.
True. And I think
you see that one girl put back It was a putback rebound dunk. Oh, it was all.
At least Leslie was cold for those back in the day. But I think the WNBA is definitely on the right track. It's a lot more fun to watch than it used to be. But these girls crying for NBA money, they just don't sell NBA tickets. So,
but from the looks of it, they're gonna start dunking and doing shit that we see the guys doing.
Well, they've been dunking, but they need to they gotta stop propping up trash players like Angel Reese. I don't know how Angel Reese is so popular. The only thing she's ever done was that little ring thing when they beat Caitlin Clark in the playoffs. And
I'm okay. Clark's fan. I'm not gonna lie.
I saw the funniest video. This guy saw the new Reese's Puffs because Reese's Puffs sponsors her now at Walmart. So he's like, "Oh, I got the new Angel Reese's Puffs," and he tossed it into his shopping cart and missed, and picked it up and tossed it in his shopping cart and missed like 5 times in a row, which is hilarious because all she does is pad stats. She's a great rebounder, but her basketball skills are horrible.
Yeah, I seen that.
Horrible.
I'm like, is that how she really play?
Bro, she can't dribble. She can't. Her shot is the. She looks like freaking Bill Cartwright.
I'm not going to hate, but she did just won. Like, but she know her place though.
Not really. She really because she's up there with Caitlin Clark in the upper echelon of the league.
I mean, she really won. Well, she really wants her position, and she really like I give her that. She really focused on her position, like the certain things she has to do.
She's garbage. She's a pretty face. She's a pretty face. She made a cool little meme. To me, she's like the bad baby of the WNBA. She capitalized off a little meme moment. And one of these days, we're going to have a meme moment on this show so this thing could blow up because we want to have a lot more conversations with you guys about some really cool stuff. Right now, dealing with a lot of stuff. I'm pretty much single for the first time since I was 22. And even though I look incredibly handsome and young, I'm 47 years old. And I have no idea what single life looks like. It's weird. So I know some of you.
Oh, you poor guy. See, now you're an old guy. Now you're a pervert. You can't look at nobody anymore.
I need my favorite Corvette, bro. It's midlife crisis time.
But look, OG, when you've been out the game for so long and then you get single, it's kind of hard to like put some foot back in for some people.
No, see, it used to be really easy. You just went back to dating, but now you have to stay in your own age group. You can't be looking up like you guys were at the college a couple weeks ago, right? Looking.
Oh man,
you see, but you can't enter that as you can enter that as an MC, as a guy with a microphone in the press doing the thing. You can't enter that as a dating pool.
No, especially when you're a dad who has a kid that's in that part. Like, trust me, bro, it was an awkward feeling. All them college girls drunk bouncing around in front of me. I was like, I felt like the old guy for one of the first times, bro.
I'm telling you, man, I got a son that's over 30. It's like now I can't even date somebody that's under 40, right? It just don't feel right.
You think about that type of stuff.
For me, it's about conversation. I'm not going to say that there are not beautiful, like younger women, co-eds, mid-20s, they're gorgeous. But then when they start talking, it's like once you're at a certain age in life, you just don't have relatable conversations. That's the weird part. It's like, I don't know what to say. And I'm a conversationalist, man. I can talk all day to a stranger.
I know people my age that can't have a freaking normal conversation, bro.
That can work both ways, yo. So it's other people who can't talk to nothing, bro. Like, right.
I noticed in your free agency speak, you never mentioned my boys. Look, if you're gonna talk sports, you got to put a little Minnesota time aside.
Okay, well, I was trying to save the best for last since you haven't been paying attention.
Because you went on to NBA or you went on to WNBA, and I was like, wait a minute, let's go back to NFL for a minute.
We bounce around. ADD is a real thing around here.
Yeah.
Plus, the weed smoke doesn't help.
Speaking of which,
so Minnesota let Sam Darnold go to the Seahawks. That's an interesting move. He got a good contract. It's not a huge contract, but I mean it's a good contract.
He hurt himself in the last 2 games in a year. Boy.
30 million.
Well, you said that's not a what?
$30 million a year. Crazy enough, that's not a great contract because the average right now.
If 45 he folded at the end of the year, he could have made so much more.
Right.
See, like it's crazy how we could say 30 million isn't a lot.
But if you think about it, like folding quarterbacks. Dak Prescott might as well be a lawn chair as many times as he gets folded, but he's making $60 million a year.
He's good though.
I know, and I'm
Number
looking,
five, he is good.
No,
Yes.
looking funny at
Number
this
five, he
too.
is good.
Seattle has a
He's
completely
better than Hurts
different,
number one.
right.
Seattle has a completely different system.
Seattle's going to be weird. I mean, they let Lockett go. DK Metcalf went to the Steelers. Like,
Hey,
He's not going to have them weapons. Sam ain't going to have them weapons that made him look real good.
right. Well, true. But it's a really good system. I mean, he's going to do good. I think he's always been an underrated quarterback. He was a number one draft pick, if I remember correctly, like a top. I think he was the number one pick. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's good, but he's like, I don't know.
But for Minnesota, it's the right move. They got a young team. They're not really ready to win right now. And they got J.J. McCarthy. They need to find out what they got in him. He looked stellar before he got injured.
They
So
were ready to win last year, and they just
Right.
fucking
And
fell
they
down, dude. Fell
they did
down.
win. So
They
that-
won last year. They went crazy last year.
that's how I feel like with the Cardinals right now. There's a ton of rumors about the possibility of Kyler Murray getting traded on draft day. Apparently, the Steelers and the Giants are both making considerable offers, and it's tough because like we love Kyler Murray. We've seen the brilliance, we've seen the capability, but we've also seen that he hasn't taken us for one playoff. Listen, I personally don't want to see him go, but I also want to see the Cardinals be successful. And
Yeah.
we had a 5-win increase from one season to the next, and 2 more wins in the playoffs this year.
See, I like the fact that Minnesota's got a young quarterback. They get to start out with somebody who's starting his career. But look, they have a history of not holding on to those guys. They
Right,
have
but
a history of as soon as that first contract's up, that guy's gone. And no
From a
matter how
business-
good he gets,
From a business sense, though, J.J. McCarthy's on a rookie contract where he doesn't make a whole lot of money, and they needed to re-sign Justin Jefferson, who's arguably one of the best receivers probably of all time by the time he's done. So
super dope.
it gave them the ability to re-sign Harrison Smith and keep a core of their defense together. So in that case, they're going to be in good shape. Like the move makes sense. Chad Green, a Yankees player. Man, the Yankees, speaking of baseball,
Matt went to school with Chad.
it's crazy to me that baseball is the only like professional sport that has no like salary cap. And so you have these 2 or 3 teams that just spend outrageous,
Oh,
crazy
market.
amounts of money.
The big markets got the big money. That's all it is.
Uh-uh.
That's all it ever has been. The big markets have the big money. to
Right.
spend.
I think if I'm right, the Angels' salary cap is going to push $1 billion. I mean, their roster is going to push $1 billion. If it's not the Angels, it's the Dodgers. One of those two. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I mean, Shohei Ohtani got a $700 million contract.
Yeah, well, that's how you win World Series. That's how you keep in the,
But he went World Series.
No, he got injured.
Hey, $700 million.
$700 million. Yeah, biggest contract in history. Now, does he deserve it? Fuck yeah. He's not only the best pitcher in baseball. He's the
$700 million.
listen, best pitcher in baseball, leader in home runs, leader in stolen bases.
How many
50 and
World
50.
Series have you had?
They went to the World Series, but he was injured.
How many do we have?
He's gonna have a bunch.
How many do we have?
0. He's a young player. I mean, literally, have you ever seen somebody who pitches and then goes out and hits home runs and steals bases? No. Pitchers normally suck at batting.
I seen a player go stay deep because they play offense.
Yeah, we'll see.
no, not since
700 million.
Babe Ruth. Not
Man.
since Babe Ruth has there been a pitcher that hit home runs on the regular.
Right.
On a regular?
He hit 50 home runs. No pitchers do that.
Oh, yeah.
They don't play every game, bro.
Baseball,
Jimmy, they don't play every game. They only play once a week, bro.
Who?
You got
Baseball?
15 home runs.
But baseball play like every day when they see them.
But to be fair, when he's not pitching, he does play DH though. When he's not pitching,
And I would
so
have,
he gets more than his rotational at bats.
hell yes, I'd have him DH, and if he can hit.
Man,
You know?
He's insanely good, and it pisses me off because as good as the Diamondbacks could be, they just don't ever spend the money, and none of the small market teams in baseball spend the money, so it's hard to watch.
So there's no cap. So
It's hard to watch a team
Right.
like the Twins that spends enough to make the playoffs.
Man, imagine being a Padres fan.
Dude, we've been spending enough to make the playoffs since the early 90s.
Right.
Okay, but you know, for 5 years from '87 to '91, we spent enough money to win 2 World Series.
Yeah. Oh shit. The Twins were great when I was a kid. I remember that.
I mean,
Twins
they
were a really
spent the
solid
money.
franchise.
They haven't spent money since. Not since Kirby Puckett. They haven't spent no money.
That's how I feel because I grew up in the Bay in the early '80s, '90s, and my favorite baseball team, because my grandpa used to take me, was we'd go watch the A's play. And this was back when they had Dave Stewart, Dennis Eckersley, Ricky Henderson, Canseco, McGuire. Like, it was a loaded roster.
Yeah.
But they didn't ever win. We had a really good chance of winning one year, and I think the Reds smoked us. I think it was some Rob Dibble with a 108-mile-an-hour fastball.
A loaded roster is never Gary
Man. No, loaded roster, perfect example. The Suns suck.
It's never. Bigger Sun, KD might be going.
Oh, KD's gone. KD's going. If KD goes to Oklahoma City like they're talking about, and they keep their core roster intact, Oklahoma City's going to be. It's over. It's going to be an overdose. They're going to kill everybody. They're already like the best team in the league.
Until they break the team up, they will go.
Since you jumped to NBA, I got one more little thing I want to talk about before I get out of here and let you finish your show.
Absolutely.
That ghost shot that LeBron took the other day.
Which one? LeBron takes a fucking ghost shot in every single game.
You know, the big flop. It was all over Twitter. It was everywhere.
Right. And I love the jokes. They're like, LeBron suffers major injury, and you go look at it. And I was like, oh my God.
You heard what LeBron told Stephen A. Smith?
I'm talking about whiff. It looked like WWE shit where dude didn't even touch him and he flew back over the ropes, right? Come on, man. It was.
That's like people trying to say that Javonte Davis got knocked down in that fight. He didn't get hit, and you can clearly see his braid hit his eye. And if you know boxing, if you're not a casual fan, you can look at the ref and take a knee as long as it's not from a punch. So, do I think he won that fight? No. I think Lamont Roach won that fight. I was hella surprised because I've never seen Lamont Roach fight, but he definitely made a fan out of me. And
I don't think he won. I think it was a great fight.
And if you're a boxing fan, man, there's a lot of great boxing. It was worth the draw. I don't think it was
all that is saying that Tank got to work harder because it's actually more of his lions to go on his spot. Right, he's got to work harder and harder. But he gave Tank a wake up call,
But I think he gave the whole community a wake up call. I think a lot of people he was an unknown commodity, and I think that's awesome.
He woke up Tank more than anybody.
Right. That's one of my favorite things about sports and music. Like with music, I love to find an artist who's independent and doesn't have a whole lot of notoriety. But then you connect with them, you start listening to their music, you interact with them a little bit, and you watch them progress and hit that next level and that next level and that next level.
TikTok.
Yeah, guys, check out Demi Parker's new album, Dying Dots. It's super good. Was it 7 songs? Yeah. 7 songs, funky, cool rock and roll music, like something different, a cool vibe, like a real artistic expression, not the commercialized crap that the radio forces us to listen to. I don't know why people listen to the radio. Chat, does anybody listen to the radio? Unless it's for like a, podcast or news. Does anybody listen to the radio in the chat? Let me know.
I come from the CD era, so I never listened to the radio ever.
I came from the era where you made mixtapes by plugging your little tape holes and putting them in and waiting for your song to come on the radio and hitting record.
Oh, we used to do that too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I did that with Usher. You don't got to call a song.
Yeah, these kids have no idea how easy it is. I'm from the generation of putting Keith Sweat on in the background. Hey, baby, you reached 10. Yeah, I'm not here right now. I'm probably busy. Leave a message. I'll call you.
That is crazy. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Dude, that's too funny.
Shout out to the Midnight Mamacita on Power back in the day. That's where I used to steal all my little R&B jams from.
Wow.
Make my little mixtapes from when I would go out and hang out with girls. But I have a feeling in this stage of my life, that's probably not going to work.
And then
look, it's all changed, dude. Everything about trying to find somebody to hang out with as you're older has changed. It's not the way it used to be, man. It's so much different. It's like, look, I'm a nice guy. I have a lot of fun. I go out of my way. I've spent my whole life trying to have fun, right? I mean, I'm 61 years old and I'm out here doing this because I like it. I'm trying to have fun. I'm not all tore up. I know people my age that you can't look at, right?
Even walk.
You're definitely a stunning fella.
But you can't put yourself out there without looking like whatever they're going to classify you as or label you as. They're going to label you as something. You can't just be a nice guy looking for somebody to spend the rest of your life with.
Right,
You're not
absolutely.
allowed to be that guy.
Well, no, you got to refine yourself after, so much time in captivity. You have to refine yourself when you go back out into the wild. You have to remember.
I'm just saying, you can't be that guy that's just looking for somebody to hang out with. They're going to
Oh, you mean
classify
like on a platonic level?
in any way. They're going to classify you as this. They're going to label you as that.
Right.
You can't just be you and say, "Hey, man, I'm just looking for somebody to hang out with. I'm not looking for like fucking everything to be perfect, because nothing's perfect."
The funny thing to me is like the approach. Before the internet and all that, you had to actually, really go out to the grocery store or the bar or the whatever and find people in social circles. And now you have these apps that are right at the end of your finger. But it's like, what is the approach? Like, how do you break the ice without coming across
The title.
Exactly.
Why
ain't you out at the bar trying to find somebody? No matter how you approach it, there's going to be people that come at you like you're doing it wrong.
Right.
Right. And there's no right way to do it once you reach a certain age. You just got to, like, I quit. It's like if somebody sees me and they see something they like, they better reach out and grab it, because I'm not going to be called this and that and the other just because I said, hey.
Right. And I get that. And for me, I'm definitely the outgoing, assertive type. But my thing is I don't want to come on too,
Exactly.
say too much. But then sometimes if you don't say too much, the girl will be like, is this weak ass approach as old men guys hate you before you want to chat?
Hey, I have a suggestion. Just keep it P.
Right.
Just keep it P.
You know me, that's what I mean. It's like I just let them know, hey, man, if you see something you like, reach out and grab it, because I'm not going to be the guy that gets called the perv or the whatever. I'm more than happy to hang out with you, but you're going to have to let me know that you want to hang out with me, because I'm not the chasing guy no more. You can't do that as when you get older. You're not allowed.
Right.
You're not allowed to chase women anymore.
Exactly.
But they are allowed to chase your wallet at any cost.
Yes, they're allowed to come after you anyway, anyway and anyhow.
Yeah, the strange transactional approach of relationships is definitely off-putting. And the other thing that's weird is everybody that always wants to talk about, send me your playlist. I'm like, I don't make playlists. Like I have a playlist that I have in my truck because I got a sound system, so it's mostly super dope, more West Coast type beats that I like to ride around to. But it's not something I want to send the girl. And then my other playlists are for heavy metal activities.
People say send you a playlist.
You don't want my playlist, because I'm gonna instantly think you're talking about the YouTube channel, and I'm gonna send you the YouTube channel playlist. It's like you're gonna get 18, 20, 30, 40 different playlists and different shows. Oh, well, sorry, I didn't know what you meant. I'm old. This is what I do.
Right, yeah, my playlist is schizophrenic. It just depends on what mood I'm in. Like I have all kinds of music, and as I get older, I'm starting to appreciate a lot more. Like I used to really not like country. I grew up a city kid. I grew up in the urban, more like gangster environment.
I still can't kick my heels to that shit.
So, country when I was growing up was all that, like my daddy and the tractor. We're down by the river, shit that I just never could associate with. But now there's a lot of country I listen to, and I'm like, okay, this resonates. Like this is still a country person. This is still country music, but it's coming from a perspective that aligns more with something I can attach to. And so I'm finding myself even liking some country now.
Females actually.
Yeah. So like a message I got was send me your playlist so I can get a gauge of your personality. And I was like,
how? I have never in my fucking life heard that.
See, for me it would be all I got's a mixtape. I've never made a Spotify playlist or anything like that. If I want to listen to something, I click on YouTube, I look for it, boom, I listen to it. I don't need a playlist.
Exactly. Like, what kind of mood am I in? I'm just going to put on 90s rock, or I'm going to look up early 2000s hip hop. Because after 2010, hip hop took over. But I do love a lot of the new stuff that's coming out now. I think there's a lot more. I mean, it's just the independence of artists. The internet has changed the game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that somebody like me or somebody like Demi can put our music on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, and share it with the world without having to go through a conglomerate is amazing. So then you get that.
They still find a way to
that genuine.
Speaking of subs, since we brought it up, let's play one. What do you think? Are they gonna try and strike us for playing this music again?
So that's a weird thing because I have my receipt, I have my invoice number. I contacted the producer about it. I have a lifetime exclusive lease on the beat, which means that somebody else can also use it, but I shouldn't be able to be flagged for the music.
Right.
So I don't know how they cleared that up. When we made that song, I knew it was a banger, and so right away I paid for the rights because I had Power 98 playing the song.
Right.
I reached out to
the radio station here, guys.
Yeah, I reached out to one of their main DJs. I sent him an email. He loved the song. He said we needed to edit out a couple of words. We did that. We were searching for the radio play. So we definitely made sure our ducks were lined up. We can skip playing the song for now until I get a reply, but I'm definitely going to find out why because I did pay the money for the lease on our last show. So our last show, I didn't tell you, but we got a copyright violation for if I have $1. Which is crazy because you can go on iTunes.
They didn't strike the channel. They just wouldn't let us monetize it. Somebody else is taking the money for it.
Right, and that's the producer. Free Band Workham is the producer.
Okay, well, it's like that's cool, except for I need to know that shit ahead of time.
Right, but again, he shouldn't be flagged, and I don't know why it's taking so long to make a response. Except for that they're in Germany, but I've already emailed him like 2 or 3 times now. I still haven't got a response.
All right, as long as I know that that's the right guy and he actually does have license. My thing was who's trying to steal you the money for your work.
No. Free Band Workham is the producer. He produced the beat. I go on his page regularly. I have a lot of songs from him. I bought the rights for that song because I already knew that it was a great song.
All right, well, let him know we're using it in your show, so he like doesn't.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely shoot him an email. The issue is that they sublease through BeatStars, so I don't know if maybe I need to go through them instead of him directly. I could email them as well. But the issue I have with it is that it's on Spotify, it's on Apple Music, it's on iHeartRadio. All of those check for copyright before they allow you to play your music. Mm-hmm. So I can't even put remixes. Like I've done remixes of some of my favorite rap songs over beats of popular songs. I can't play them because I don't have the rights to those instrumentals.
Right.
So this one got allowed because it went through the proper channel. So I don't know why. I don't know how it got flagged on here. I'll get back to you on that for sure, though.
Cool. All right. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to let you have the last like 20 minutes or whatever. I'm going to need a little time because we're cramming right up against another show, and I got to set things up on Pilled and Rumble after this show ends. You can't set those ones up early. So give me 10 minutes.
It's my daddy weekend. I'm going to be cooking with my daughter here in a few anyway, so no problem there.
Always good to talk to you, nephew.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Right.
So like you feel like Snoop Dogg, nephew.
Shit, he looks like Snoop Dogg.
Hey, question, bro. What do you think about NBA stars' sons now playing high school, like 12th grade, high level, college?
It makes me feel old. If I'm being real, I see all the like players I grew up watching. I see their kids are now in college, or some of them are actually in the NBA now. So
not more. I mean, you just old. Not more than that, right? More in like talent wise, like as good as they dads.
The talent is phenomenal. Some of them will probably be better than dads. Some of them will never be their dads. I don't know if you guys watch any of the like AU basketball or like any of the club basketball, but Chris Paul's son, Jamal Crawford's son, and Gilbert Arenas' Carmelo Anthony's. These kids are freaking amazing. They have incredible mixtapes. They're all about to be at the college level, so they'll probably be in the league in the next year or two. The league is going to have some incredible talent. Like these kids are crazy good. The complete opposite of Bronny James.
I'll just ask you, what do you think about?
I feel like this was a setup for Bronny.
3 names: Bronny, Stephen A. Smith, and Bron. What do you think about them? You see what happened, right?
From a father's perspective,
nope, you can't say that. You can't say that because you put your son in a grown man position. This is a grown man.
Absolutely.
So you can't have sense. So LeBron, you can't be the king of the NBA and be a simp for your son because he sucks.
Well, it also makes his son look bad. Let him stand up for himself.
Exactly.
Let him be his own man.
That's what I mean.
LeBron's shadow is why the kid's probably not successful.
Like LeBron, you can't just go steal a man who this is his job. This is his man's job.
Right.
So talk about sports. So, Ron, I love you, but your son is ass.
And again, more proof. Your boy Bron is a simp.
G League whack. It's crazy.
If you're a LeBron fan, I feel sorry for you.
I think
I hope they don't win nothing else.
I feel Dwayne Wade should be like Zaire Wade should be in the league than fucking Bronny James, bro.
Dwayne Wade's a weirdo.
No. Well, not about that. Both of his sons, Zaire Wade cold though. Zaire Wade cold. But yeah, that just say to throw me off. Like, boy, you can't do that, bro. You sound dumb.
So, chat, where's everybody at tonight? Sorry, we haven't been talking with you guys a lot. We've just been chatting it up with Pops. We're super excited with the growth of the network. You told me 500,000 plays, man. Let's get that to 1 million. Let's get that to 1 million before the summer and then have a crazy summer. Summer is probably the most boring time for sports.
He show to 1 million, y'all. How about that? Come on, man.
Yeah. We definitely want to get the viewers up. We definitely want to get more engagement. I don't know about you guys, the ones that are sports fans, but when football ends and then basketball ends right about late May, early June, them next few months are horrible. They're horrible.
TV shows.
Man, what's going on with TV shows? Let's talk about that. That's a good topic. Why is everything on Netflix foreign and dubbed over?
Some of that should be good, though.
Some of it is really good. Like, if the voiceover matches the character and it matches the scene, it's cool. But a lot of times it doesn't match at all. Like, it's a crazy scene. They're like, okay, Sarah, I'm going to go do this. And there's like a murderer with an axe walking through the house. I can't do it. Click on to the next one, dub over. On to the next one, dub over.
Because, Netflix is trying to save money, or they lost rights to a bunch of shows. So now they're trying to do more of their original shows to make money because they don't have anything to put out.
Speaking of Netflix and losing rights, my amazing lady moved out, and I'm going to lose rights to my streaming services.
Which ones?
Probably Netflix. Oh man!
And they went up on their price too.
Yeah.
And they make sure that you cannot be logged in if you're not in that house.
Right. And Netflix is too expensive for me. I don't even see the value in it anymore. When it was $8 or $9 and they had a lot of good stuff, a ton of movies, it was great. Now I just hope I have it long enough to catch Den of Thieves 2, because I think that comes out like March 18th on Netflix.
You haven't seen it yet?
No, I didn't get to see it yet. And I don't know about if you guys ever saw Den of Thieves. That movie was a great movie.
Real
super action from like the very beginning. So yeah, I'm stoked to watch the second one.
Back at the end.
Yes. Netflix sucks. Tell me that wasn't the worst fight you've ever watched. Even when there was internet dial-up was better than that Netflix.
Even Raw on Netflix. Damn, I used to watch Raw when I was a kid every Thursday. Even Raw sucks on Netflix. That's crazy. You know what Raw is, right?
Yeah, I know Raw is. It's crazy to me, the documentary about Vince McMahon, though, man. Why is everything my generation grew up on so tainted and horrible? Nickelodeon, Disney.
As a kid, that was okay with us. We didn't know what we was watching. Like, we was fanatics of all that. Nickelodeon.
Oh, no, man. I knew. The Ultimate Warrior was my favorite wrestler, and I knew he was coked out and on roids and just crazy, but I loved it. Man, you bench press Andre the Giant, you're a beast in my book.
Yeah, but you grew up in a crazy world, though. So
yeah, I did grow up.
So you're gonna catch it more than I will as a little kid.
I'm from the generation that ran out in the backyard and started shadow boxing. Every time Rambo movies came on, it was just, I'm a superhero. I'm gonna be a fighter for the rest of my life.
That generation where we jumped off of dressers when wrestling went off.
Yeah. Yeah. I had some crazy friends that did that shit.
There's one movie, one series. There's one series of movies you came out the theater ready to fight, and you know Rocky is it. That's the one.
Absolutely.
You came out, you was ready to shadow box with your boys, everything, man.
My poor little brother, I probably abused him so much after every one of those movies. Come on, let's fight.
My generation is Creed. We did that with Creed.
Same thing. That's Rocky, bro. That's Rocky. I don't care. You call it Creed. That's all about
everybody.
But really, though, like, what happened to action stars? My generation, we had Jet Li, Jean-Claude Van Damme, the Lone Star.
You gotta do
action heroes.
Those guys older better than the young guys now.
Right. Literally, you got Jason Statham in The Rock, or in the Helmsley brothers.
Speaking of Jason Statham, Chuck Dixon, who does a show on the network, wrote the Cade movie that Statham is in right now. Chuck Dixon on our network, Ask Chuck Dixon, is the guy who wrote the Levon Cade stuff. And that's the movie that Statham is in right now, that's out right now. So if you're a fan of Chuck, want to see some Chuck writing that got turned into Chuck Dixon. He's a guy who he's a comic book writer. But if
What's
you want to
what's
see,
the title of the flick?
is it? I think it's Cade. CADE is the name.
Okay. Yeah, I got a lot more free time now, so I'll definitely be checking it out.
Definitely, though, if you're a fan of his comic book writing, and this is pretty much a comic leaning network,
right?
That movie's out right now, and that Chuck wrote that. So if you want to see some of his writing adapted to the big screen, there you go. He's the guy that created the character Bane in the Batman
That's
series.
dope. That's super cool.
I love Bane.
Yeah, Bane's dope. I like that.
Chuck
Shout out to
Dixon's
Chuck.
badass, bro. He's a badass.
And when does Chuck's show air?
I show his show at 2:00 on Thursdays.
Okay. So, Chad, if you're listening, go check out Chuck's show 2:00 on Thursdays.
We're gonna check it out as well.
Definitely gonna check it out because Bane is a beast of a character. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Chuck's
he's been on my show. He's been on Lori's show. He's a totally nice guy. He's just, really knowledgeable, beautiful dude. Researches everything he writes, like knows his stuff. He's not just writing what he thinks might be. Like he does the research behind what the topic is. His writing is awesome. So looking forward to that.
I have to tune into that. I've watched a lot of the different shows now. I watched the Killer Karen show the other day. It was very entertaining.
Which episode did you watch?
Oh man, it was with another guy, like a younger guy. I can't think of his name, but man, she was giving him the business.
Bon Bon?
I don't remember his name. That was when I was talking to you, and I was like, man, she was roasting this guy, and you're like, yeah, that's what the whole premise of the show is. Okay.
We have fun. We taped a new one today that we're playing next week. You'll love it. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's funny.
The dude came out in character and got wild, and it was really fun, man. The show's getting more and more fun every time we do it, really.
Yeah, I try to go and look at the network and see what the different little shows are about. Man, some of the artists on this network are freaking amazing. Like, I watch some of the live drawing that you guys do.
Yep.
That is fascinating. And I remember when I was first doing music and doing really, really well, when MySpace was super popular, I would have fans that would send in cool art all the time. And I wish I could log into it and have that stuff, because people who just freely express themselves, and I feel like some of these pieces they just do because that's what's on their mind for the day. It's not always comics. And
try not to age yourself quite that badly, MySpace.
Fuck that. I had 8 million plays on MySpace. That's like my Al Bundy 4 touchdown moment.
Dude,
I'm owning that one, baby.
I wish we still had it. We could do all kinds of stuff on MySpace that they give us a hard time about now.
And he was coding.
Right.
He was coding as kids using MySpace. They didn't even know it.
Yeah, they were teaching kids how to code, and they should have. That's why they stopped, because what they want to dumb us down.
It's free.
They want to dumb us down.
And
he was easy to learn. It was easy to learn, bro.
Pat, they want to dumb us down. That's a good topic for that other network.
We got that. We got that. You know what's up.
Yes,
I told you, anytime you want to do a show on an exclusive on Pill, let me know. I got you. We'll set up a special edition of Tim's Talk.
I think that we'll take some time and write out some content so it can be very specific and make it more fun.
They love that over there, man. They do. So anytime you want to set something up, let me know. Anyway, You guys got 10 minutes left. I'm going to shut the hell up and get out.
Peace. All right, so yeah, back to Netflix. Raw sucks. I don't know what generation of wrestling fans you grew up on, but the wrestling today to me is cheesier than ever. But when I look back on wrestling as a kid, I hated it because every match was the guy that's supposed to win gets knocked down, but his girlfriend is tied to the cage, and then somebody distracts the referee.
Yeah.
And as a kid, it was cool, but no hate to you guys, but I don't know how adults still are so into wrestling.
Hey, the script of Kurt Angle was so hard though, bro.
So many of all the wrestlers from back then, they were cool to me back then.
But Kurt Angle used to be hated. Like you.
Oh yeah, they were heels. That was the whole point. Like The Rock when he turned on the blonde guy that's popular right now. I can't think of his name. When he turned on that last big battle royale thing. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's so funny. I would love to see these guys actually fight. I think real wrestling would be a lot of fun.
Well, this is the Big Show. You remember him?
Yeah, I was not a Big Show fan. I didn't like Big Show. I didn't like Triple H.
I love Triple H.
Cody Rhodes. There you go. Yes, thank you. Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Hey, I love X-Pac, but it was hard. So
Yeah.
Triple H was wrong.
What happened to Cody Rhodes is what always happens. It's always some kind of trick and a gimmick, and I guess it's entertainment. I mean, they've known since the Coliseum days that we'll do it.
Well, The Rock wrote that. I watched the whole wrestling thing, but The Rock, he wrote that whole script. No. Yeah, it was The Rock.
Yeah, I'm sure that he did.
Yeah, right with that. Oh no, but the worst person.
The DX, yes, yeah, that was a dope era for wrestling.
I just wore my DX shirt the other day. Actually, it's a jersey. It said "You suck." But he was running over. What's his name?
Who's your guys' favorite wrestlers, chat?
Hulk Hogan.
If you're wrestling fans, who are your favorite wrestlers? I never liked Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was a bum.
I was saying Hulk Hogan. He was the biggest star. He had a say so for a long time of who write this and
Hulk Hogan was it.
That's why he made NWO.
Undertaker and Kane.
Rey Mysterio was mine though.
Rey Mysterio was dope.
Rey Mysterio was my favorite wrestler.
Yeah, that Mexican wrestling is, man, them boys are crazy. Here in Arizona, we have like a league where you can go and watch them. And man, the athleticism.
What's that Nacho Libre?
Lucha Libre, something like that.
Lucha Libre.
Not Nacho Libre.
Yeah, that's the movie.
That movie was horrible, by the way.
Lucha Libre.
Yeah, Lucha Libre. They have some really cool Lucha Libre events here in Arizona. Being so close to Mexico, we get a lot of the Mexican culture events up here, which is pretty dope.
It was hella dope.
Also, why we have the best Mexican food.
That's a fucking lie.
Man, go anywhere else besides California and have carne asada burrito. Anywhere here or California.
No. California has fresh Mexican food
and fresh
because they're right by the ocean.
Right, yeah. California's bomb Mexican food. That's the only other.
Arizona shit is super dry because we're in the desert.
Go to New Mexico. It's horrible. Go to Texas, it gets worse. And
the Mexican food is okay here. It's not.
That's a lie. Food. I love the Mexican food here. It's part of the reason why I had at one point.
You gotta be your mom and pop store.
Became 318 pounds.
From California.
But hey, I'm down to like 255 now, feeling kind of good and light. Just need to get a haircut. It takes like 10 years off.
Can't hype Arizona up to they're the best Mexican food.
Always gonna hype Arizona up. See that? I'm Arizona boy. Even though I was born in California, I've been here since '95. So always Arizona.
This my home, or this where we reside at. But when it comes to Mexican food, go to California. Fresh. Good.
Hey, I love Mexican food in California. I love weed in California.
The Mexican food is so good.
Women in California. I just don't like the politics in California.
Stupid.
Take them to Rod. Man, are they closed, bro? They've been closed.
See?
They've been closed for a minute.
What's that?
Oh, why? Indie wrestling on the network, too. Oh, that would be dope to have it. You talking like backyard wrestling? When you say indie wrestling, is that what you mean? Or you mean like the... So if we're talking indie wrestling, I have a cool story for you guys real quick before we get out of here. A long time ago, I met a really cool friend named Tisha Johnson. We're still really good friends to this day. So the first time they had invited us over for dinner, we're walking around their house, and they were showing us, the house. And then we get to the one bedroom, and the bed was a wrestling mat with rings, belts all over the walls, and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, "Oh, your son's room is so dope." And she said, "No, this is my daughter's room." So fast forward, her daughter's been fascinated with wrestling her whole life. Her daughter is now, I believe, 21 years old. She's one of the top-rated independent, just below the pro-level wrestlers in the whole region out here. So she goes from here.
I'm talking about that circuit that she's on, the indie circuit, right below the big guys. Though I want somebody to cover one of those circuits for us and bring a show to the network that covers an indie circuit. They don't give them no love.
Okay, check this out. This is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna contact her. Her name is Lauren. I'm gonna contact her. I'm gonna find out what the next event is, and we'll go to that, and we'll make a video, like an hour-long content. Behind the scenes, we'll interview some of the wrestlers. We'll interview some of the fans. So we'll put that together for you. Let me reach out to her and make that happen.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. I've been saying I want one of those so bad. Look, when I told you a long time ago, I want a sports show on the network. I need somebody to come out here and talk about sports, right? You're my guy. I didn't go to anybody else. I waited until you were ready to do a show, and it was like, you're my guy. Dude, if you know somebody I'd love it. I would freaking love it.
No, 100% can make it happen. I'll contact her right when we jump offline here, and I'll find out what the next event is that's local. We'll make that happen, and I'm sure from there I can get plugged into some people who I could send your way that might be able to do something more consistently for you.
Well, do some interviews or anything, right? Anything, just so we have some kind of a indie circuit wrestling show. Once it starts,
Right.
Everything kind of snowballs, right? It's just gotta have somebody that's willing to take off with it. And
Well, consider it done. I'll get it started. I don't want to move into indie wrestling, but I can definitely put something cool together and maybe open up that avenue or that door for somebody else.
Yeah, man, let them know me, introduce them to me. Maybe
Right,
we can get
100%.
somebody else out there that I know maybe wants to go cover some of that stuff. You never know. It's not like we don't have friends in Arizona.
Right. Hey, on that note, chat, appreciate all you guys for hanging out with us today. We will be back in 2 weeks. We can't wait to hang out with you. Stay tuned. There's another dope show coming on the network. Pops, appreciate you for the opportunity, and we will see you again in 2 weeks.
I know that the redneck racing ain't you guys' thing, but there's some serious drama going on over there. You ought to check it out.
I'm down to go to any type of event like that. Just add different content for our show. We want the ID show to be something that everybody wants to tune into and watch.
Yeah, there's some serious shit going on in NASCAR, bro. If you want to go look at the news over there, you might find some
cool. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, you might find some tidbits to talk about.
All right, my friend. Network, we love you. ID show's out.
Peace, everybody.
Peace out.
On the tube and feel the vibe. Every show you crave right here live. Heroes and villains clash in the night. Madness Comic Network sets it right. Scroll through the list, find what you need. Epic battles and fast-paced speed. From capes to cosmic space delight. Tune in and watch your favorites ignite. On Facebook, share the thrill so grand. On X, the buzz across the land. Madness Comic Network all around. In every episode, joy is found. Uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens days. Hey! uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends, catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic, bright